Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy June, and I hope everyone is having a good June so far. So we're going to plan and decorate for the week of June 3rd through June 9th in my passion planner weekly, hourly planner. It's not actually a passion planner. It's more of like an insert. They do sell this planner as you see it here, but what they also offer is free downloads of their inserts and planners on their website. And I ended up getting rid of the last 6 months of my hourly happy planner because I didn't like it anymore. So I gave that away and I got myself an Erin Condren hourly planner, but that one does not start until July. So for the month of June, I decided I would use the Passion Planners printable planner, but only for the month of June. And my plan is that if I end up not liking my Erin Condren planner, same thing as my happy planner, I am not going to force myself to use a planner that I don't enjoy using. So if I don't like my Erin Condren planner, I'm going to purchase the Passion Planners weekly hourly planner, which is the exact layout that they have here, except they will have it in a bound form. And so that's plan B in case I don't like Erin Condren, but I'm very hopeful about Erin Condren because I know that's a very popular planner and I have really, good expectations for it. So this is in a big size Happy Planner hardcover, and it's very functional, as you can see here. It's a Monday start, and I believe that you have the option of picking whether you want a Monday or Sunday start. And I guess one thing I don't like so much about this layout is how small the hourly layout is, that the top portion of the planner that has the hourly slots, they are in half-hour increments, which is I love the half-hour increments. I prefer that over just the hour increments, but it's so small because it really only takes up 3/4 of the page. So it's really small up here because they give you a good chunk of space down here at the bottom for note taking. And I will read to you what is on this layout. So on the top left hand corner, you see the date, June 3rd through June 9th. I did pick a dated option. They have an undated option too. And it's labeled as week 23. There is a small box for you to write in this week's focus, and then another box that says good things that happened, and a little quote that says learning never exhausts the mind by Leonardo da Vinci. And it says learn something new this week. Block off 15 minutes to start a new book. Listen to a podcast or watch a video on a topic you find interesting or a skill you want to learn. So I guess that's like a tip based off of a quote. And on the bottom portion, there is a personal to-do list and a work to-do list. I really like that a lot. There is a subcategory for top priority, and then a priority section, and then an errands section. On the right hand side of the planner, the bottom part is labeled space of infinite possibility. So you can use that as your note section, brain dumping section, whatever you want to do with that. I did use their monthly layout as well, which is here, highly decorated. And what I noticed is I wrote right onto the paper. This is my own paper that I printed off the planner on, and it's 24-pound paper. So it's not, I think Happy Planner uses a 32-pound, Erin Condren uses an 80-pound. So 24-pound compared to especially the Erin Condren paper, it's quite thin, but your standard printer copy paper is usually like 20 or 22. So it's still thicker than most copy paper that you would find like at an office printer. But 24-pound was still not thick enough to prevent bleed through on the other side. So I guess it's not technically bleed through, it's more like shadowing. You do see shadowing of what I wrote on the other side of the paper. I'm not a big fan of that. That is also very much personal preference. I tend to not like when I see my writing through the other side of the paper. What I think I'm going to do to prevent that happening on the following weeks is I'm going to use a regular ballpoint pen. What I used on my monthly side is Sharpie pen. So like this one, this is a green one, but I used a black one. But this is the version pen that I used on here that ended up shadowing through the other side. So I'm going to use this ballpoint pen. It's a U-Brands pen, and I got this in a pack of like 10 or 15 at BJ's. And it's really nice. It's a metal pen, and it has a really nice weight to it, and it's a clicky pen. It does write pretty smoothly. I like it. So we're going to use this pen. It should not shadow through the paper. I don't think so anyway. I might see, maybe I might feel a little of the bumpiness from the pressure of writing on the paper on the other side. I'm not a big fan of that either, but I can tolerate that better than seeing the shadowing. It's only for 4 weeks. I only have to do 4 weeks in here. If it really bothers me a lot, I guess I can buy some heavier pound paper. So that is also another option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write in my plans for the week first, and then I will decorate around it. I have a feeling I'm going to cover up this space of infinite possibility. I'm going to cover that up with some nice stickers. I have a daily planner that has a note section on it, so that's where I usually write my notes in day to day, if I have any. I usually don't. And I think I will use the personal and work to do lists, even though I have a daily planner that I do that in as well. It doesn't hurt to also have it in here because I look at this too. So let's get started. For those of you who don't know, I'm a therapist, a psychotherapist, so I really do need the hourly layout in any planner I'm going to have. Yeah, I could have a work planner that is hourly and a personal planner that is something else, but I've always, ever since being a student, I've always had the same planner for work and personal. Having 2 planners, separating that out is too redundant for me, and especially when I'm already being redundant in other planning areas like to-do lists and notes. So I just put work and personal together. I don't write in clients' names in here. I just write client. and I have an EHR software where I can see people's names. I do obviously need to know who I'm going to meet with, but on this planner, I just really need to know that I'm going to be busy for that chunk of time. Monday, I don't have any clients. And Tuesday, I have a couple. I have a client at 1 p.m., a client at 5 p.m. I'm going to try to move this person, actually, this 5 o'clock person. I have a client at 6. I reached out to them a few days ago and they never got back to me. So tomorrow I'm going to try to reach out to them again. I need to move their appointment to a different day. On Wednesday, I have a 9 o'clock client, a 11 o'clock client, a 1 o'clock client, and a 5 p.m. client. This is pretty good. Like, having 4 clients is pretty good for one day. I try not to have more than 5 clients in a day, but was it the previous week? Oh, I didn't do my weekly planning for the previous week. No, I didn't. Wait, I did? No, I didn't. Because this is where I ended up taking out the rest of the year in my happy planner. So because I ended up taking out half of the week for this week starting May 27th, I didn't plan for that week. But if I had planned for that week, my Wednesday was pretty bad. I had like 10 people. Like 10 people. Wait, let me take a quick look. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. It felt like 10 though. But I had 7 clients on Wednesday plus a phone call. So it kind of felt like 7.5 clients that day. It was rough. It was a rough day. I was exhausted. And then the following day, I also had a full day. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 7 appointments on Thursday too. And I think they were all clients except for 1 hour was supervision and then 2 hours was a theory class. But it was me sitting down at my computer for 7 hours consecutively. I did not schedule in any breaks for lunch or anything. So that one was a really rough day too. And then Friday, the 31st, was slightly easier. I had four appointments that day, and then I was able to relax, and I was able to relax Saturday and Sunday too. Today is Sunday, and because I got to relax a little too much, I wasn't as productive as I wanted to be this weekend. But that is the case every weekend. Every weekend feels like I wasn't productive enough. So Wednesday, 4 clients, and then Thursday I think Thursday's busy a little bit. I have supervision at 12, group supervision, a client at 1:30, a client at 3 p.m., and a client at 4 p.m. On Friday, I have a doctor's appointment at 11. It is with a dermatologist. And then I have at 12 a EFT webinar. I'm actually quite excited for this webinar. It's 2 hours from 12 to 2. And it's a webinar on a deep dive into emotion-focused therapy. And I'm really excited about that, especially because I have started seeing more couples recently compared to before. My graduate program supervisor was an EFT certified supervisor. I regret not having taken advantage of her knowledge on EFT in particular, but I think EFT is a good one. At 2 p.m., I have a client. I had supervision at 1, but I canceled it because of that EFT webinar. And I also had a couples therapy consultation group at that same time that I also have to cancel because of the EFT webinar. I think that's it for Friday. I don't work Saturday and Sunday, so no appointments there, but it is very possible that I will go to lunch with my dad on Saturday and probably do nothing on Sunday. My dad had prostate surgery a week and a half ago, but he's having a really hard time healing. So I feel really bad for him. And I had a hard time recovering from my surgery a month ago too. So him and I are checking in with each other every day. We'll send each other a text message. How are you feeling today? So there's that. Oh, that's why I'm going to the dermatologist on Friday. I saw her this past Friday and she gave me a prescription for some topical creams, and I'm going to use them for a week, and then she's going to check in with me on Friday. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this is helpful. So on Tuesday, I color code my work appointments or my client appointments in this coral color. So here is my 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. My 9 a.m., 11, 1, and 5. Thursday, 1:30, 3, and 4. And my 2 p.m. on Friday. I see everyone virtually. The only person I'm seeing in person is my 6 p.m. on Tuesday, and they're a couple. And when it comes to couples work, I really do think that in person is better, because like I've done couple sessions where they are both in the room, like in their room, they're both like in their living room or dining room. And I've had couple sessions where they are in separate houses, because maybe it was like co-parenting therapy or something. And it's hard. It's hard to do it that way, but it works. I think that telehealth therapy is just as effective as in person. I think that there's enough research out there on telehealth therapy to say that telehealth really is effective, just as effective as in person. I think that in-person sessions feel different, and for many of us, they feel different in a good way. But as far as outcomes, I think in-person and telehealth are the same. But I haven't done any research myself. It's just from what I hear. I color code my health appointments in pink, and I color code my meetings and trainings in yellow. I also wanted to time block a little bit of time in the evenings for research. And last time I did that, last time I time blocked for research, I didn't stick to it every single day, but I did stick to it for a couple days, and that is way better than not sticking to it at all, which is what does happen when I wasn't time blocking that. So I'm going to time block 1 hour in the evenings, let's say at 8. And I will not time block any research time on the weekend, because since I know that I'm not going to stick to it Monday through Friday 100%, I can do some on the weekend to make up for it. And I'm going to color code that in blue. Anything school related, I like to color code in blue. By research, I don't mean that I'm actually doing research. It means that I am just reading research. I'm in the very, very, very beginnings. It's not even the beginning of a dissertation. It's like the pre-beginning of a dissertation. I have to read research articles that pertain to the theme that I think I want to research for dissertation. And I have been procrastinating. This is kind of a long story and I might leave it for a different video, but I should have been working on dissertation for more than a year now. I finished all of my coursework in the end of the fall semester of 22. So I had, oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm sorry. I finished most of my coursework in the fall of 22, but then in the spring of 23, I had another class. But I should have been working on dissertation stuff all of 23, and half of this year's gone already. And it's all procrastination, I believe, due to anxiety mostly. And I think that I also have ADHD. I have not been assessed for that, but I think I have it. I know my dad has ADHD. His his symptomology looks a lot different than mine. So I'm not saying that I have it because it looks like his, because I don't know if I have it, and if I did, it doesn't look like his, but I'm pretty sure that I have it. So that procrastination that I've been doing for the past year around my dissertation work has been causing me a lot of anxiety. So like a lot of cycling of anxiety, and it has been causing me to feel really, really, really shitty about myself as a student and as a person. These tiny little blue time blocks are really important, and I hope I can stick to them as much as possible. I am not holding myself to the expectation of doing an hour every day for a week, but even if I do an hour for 1 or 2 days out of the week, I will be happy with that, and hopefully that can lead to me being more consistent going forward. We'll see. I might make a video where I chat about my anxiety and how it has been affecting me, because I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people struggle with anxiety, and a lot of people who would describe themselves as high achieving and professionally, academically successful, I think deal with anxiety a lot. I think our anxiety has been what has helped us get as far as we have academically and professionally, but it's also it has also caused a lot of bad a lot of distress. It also has caused a lot of distress. So I will talk about that in a different video. So this is what I have going on appointment-wise, work-wise, and personally for the week. Now I am going to fill in some of the bottom here, some of these to-dos. I'm going to be pretty general though, because I have a daily planner that I go into much more detail in my day-to-day tasks, and I can show you a little bit. This is today's, and this is my personal to-dos, my work to-dos, and it's Sunday, so I didn't have any appointments, but I did have to go to CVS to pick up my prescriptions. So And then I have, even though I have a to-do list, a couple to-do lists, I like to keep this to-do list here to break down my other to break down to-dos I have on here. I break them down even further here. So if I have a, like yesterday's to-do list, I had on here to go to BJ's to pick up groceries, and on this to-do list I wrote down what I needed in groceries, because I wasn't going to put my grocery list here. I just needed to put on here that I needed to go to BJ's. So because I do this very detailed task lists, I don't need to do that on here. So I will just do very general to-dos. Like for work, I know for a fact that I have to do progress notes. I am very behind on progress notes. I usually am. That usually never goes away. That is usually always a pending item perpetually on my shoulders. Progress notes. And I also have to call insurance companies. And on my daily to-do list, I will write on there exactly which insurance company I have to call, and I will write in my client's, like my client ID that I have to call about, because I have to figure out claims shit. It has been a nightmare. I just started taking insurance a very little bit ago, and I'm still figuring all that stuff out, and I'm having a hard time. And I have to reply back to some potential clients, but I'll say reply back to clients. And in my personal to-do list, I have to do research always. Well, read research. And I have to pack. We're in the process of moving. It's a very slow process of moving. It's more of a transitioning rather than a moving. And I have been packing a little bit each day. I think that's it. I mean, my to-do lists are way longer than just these 2 or 3 things, but that is what I can think of for now. Oh, the very top of the planner, right underneath the days of the week, it has a little box that says today's focus. Tomorrow, Monday, I want my focus to be notes, like progress notes. And then for the rest of the week, I'm going to hold off on writing in a focus. Most likely my focus will continue being progress notes, or it might be doing reading research articles. So I know it's going to be one of those 2 things, but I'll leave them blank so that I can fill them in as I go. The focus for the week is always the same. It's always either progress notes, catching up on progress notes, or reading research articles. So I might cover that up because now I'm just writing notes and research everywhere. And good things that happened this week, I might leave that blank, and I might go back at the end of the week or next week. I might come back and fill that in if anything good happened. Okay, so let's start making this look pretty. I pulled a couple Happy Planner books. I pulled this one called Dried Florals, and yes, it looks very autumnal. It might have meant to be an autumnal sticker book, but I don't care. I want to use it now. And because it has a lot of florals in it, I also pulled this Happy Planner book called Botanicals. There are a lot of flowers in here too that might complement the dried flowers well. And I pulled this book, Colorful Boxes, because I was contemplating on using these labels, not those, these like swatch labels. There are also some other ones in here. Oh, these. Oh, but not these big ones, the smaller one. Here, these pastel colors and these more darker colors. I was thinking about using them in my time slots instead of writing right on the paper, writing on the sticker paper and putting them down instead. That way it would definitely not shadow through. Okay, so my ballpoint pen worked really well in not bleeding through and not shadowing much through the paper, but the highlighter did bleed through. Right here, some of the coral, some of the pink bled through, and I really don't like that. So for next week, I might get some thicker paper and print out some new weeks on some thicker paper. Okay, let's get started. Let me do a quick flip through of this classic dried floral sticker book, just in case you're interested. Yes, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I'm going to put one of these stickers that says, "You got this," on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so this is what I have. What do you think? I really like the way it looks. It does look a little autumnal, but I still think it's beautiful. I do not care that much. Oh my goodness, I forgot to cut this washi off. Okay, so this is it. This is what we have. What do you think? I really like it. And I feel like the dried florals and the botanicals did really well together. Most of the stickers came out of the dried florals, and the couple things that came out of the botanicals was these roses and this "Do What You Love" and "Today" or "Make Today Count." So a couple things. I think it goes really well together. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.